Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be talking about how I got into role-playing. It's not been that long ago, maybe 9 months or so. Yeah, that soon. Let's go back way to the beginning. Let's see, how did it start? Well, when I was a little kid, I was deeply in love with fantasy. I mean, obsessed. Still am. Always have been. And that's how it started, really, with just an idea of loving fantasy and Harry Potter and things like this. And I saw in Aaron McKay's, I've been going to Aaron McKay's for ages. I saw one day in this shop, this sort of catch-all shop, this book. And it kind of stuck in my mind. It said Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons. Now, when you think of that word, you think of, well, Dungeons and Dragons. But if you hear it enough, it kind of informs what it is. When you think of Dungeons and Dragons, you think of Dungeons and Dragons, the game. Miniatures, dungeons, elves, goblins, rule system. You get the idea. And for me, I thought of dungeons, dragons, castles, well, basic stuff, And something about the way the words were written really stuck out to me. Maybe it was Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, I'm not sure anymore. But I just saw this book and it looked really inviting. But it didn't appear to, I didn't understand that there were games you could play at the table with dice. It didn't hit my process, I couldn't get my head around this thing. So I left. I must have been about 12 at the time, a little kid, hopping around, what have you. And some years later, I went back and I understood what it really was, and understood what it was, but the thing was, and this is sort of true, even now, except with the whole internet part. Back then, I didn't have internet, and I didn't have many friends. I still don't. Not as many as I want, but back then I didn't have many friends at all, especially after the move. We came down here, and there was just old people, and nobody to hang out with except them, and that's not what a kid wants. They want people to hang out with, young, their age. And because of that, I couldn't understand getting it, because my dad and my mom, they wanted me to play video games, and they're not interested in these sort of things, and I've tried to coax them into it dozens and dozens and dozens of times, but it's just some people can't work that way with, and so I couldn't get them to do it. I couldn't get them to understand that I really wanted to do this. I didn't want to goad them into it, and it'd be this sort of, but so I couldn't buy it, I couldn't do anything with it. Even if I had it, I could look at it, I could read it, but then if you read it, you have the temptation of seeing it, but not being able to use it, which is a very frustrating thing, to see something, to have something to read about it, but not be able to do it. And just playing it by yourself is no way to do anything. Playing by yourself with a role-playing game is one of the most dissatisfying things you could ever do, because it's a social game. It's supposed to be played with friends, and it's just, and so I had to go without. I couldn't do it, it went out of my mind for a while, and then we got the internet, and I turned 18, and then 20, and then 19, and then 20, and I was out of high school, and then 21 came around, and I had internet, and I was thinking, You know what I haven't thought about for a long time? Role-playing games. Wonder what I could do. Yeah, I could do that. I could type it up and look it over, and maybe I'll be able to find somebody to play with online. Yeah, they have chat rooms for that, right? It was a kind of a innocent idea, but it could have worked. It could work. And so I typed it up, found this, was it Obsidian Portal? Yeah, I found obsidianportal.com, which is a great research center. It's a great site for role players all around, and I went up there and looked and looked and looked and found some people eventually, and I was so thrilled, so excited, so ready, and I downloaded the software they wanted me to, because I can't remember what the name of the software was, but it was like, it lets you play and move your character around and everything, and it was really cool. But it had a lot of bugs and didn't work all the time. It didn't load right, and it just took forever. I need to shave. Damn. See. Anyway, it was like that, and the game didn't get completed. We kind of fell out of it. But you know what? I had that. I could say I've actually been in a role-playing game. Then I could be in it. And that's how it all started, and I've been playing with that same group ever since. We've had our little bumps in between, but I'd like to think we're above that. Just people, social gathering, hanging out, being friends, and chilling out, and just having a good time. That's it, guys. That's how I started. That was not that long ago. I'm really new to this, but I'm just really growing into it, and I can't see myself stopping. There's so many role-playing games out there. It's like in Pokemon, gotta catch them all, and just mine. Check it out. Buy more books. You're addicted. You're in the RPG Brigade on YouTube, or hopefully. But yeah, I've babbled on enough about this. Bye.